Hey y'all, welcome back to our channel, Life is Miss Cooks, where we vlog and upload videos about homeschool life. And that's about it. You know, if you've been watching my channel for a while, that I raise a bunch of goofballs. So just excuse them, okay? Anyway, in today's video, we're going to be sharing with you what we read in the month of February. We try to get these uploaded each month. I want to be consistent with that this year. Last year, I was not. So if you haven't already, I'll put what we read in January up here so you can go ahead and watch that. I think it'll be up here or there. And then also you can check out our blog. Okay, so I'm going to get started with our read aloud. So we received these two books in exchange for our review, and let me just say this: our family fell in love with this series, so much so that we ended up reading book 1 and book 2. So this is book 3 and 4, but we read book 1 and book 2, and I recently ordered book 5, and we're going to be reading that one as well. So you'll probably see that in our March video with all of the books that we read. So the series is called The Secret of the Hidden Scrolls, and this is by M.J. Thomas. Book 3 is called The Great Escape, and book 4 is called Journey to Jericho. What did y'all think about these books?
I like them.
Good.
Yeah, they loved them. We did a full review over on the blog, and I will leave a card up here or here so that you guys can go and check that out. It's two children and their dog that kind of go back in time to the Bible days and live out the Bible stories. And so I can't say enough how good this series is. Like, even my husband would say, "Are we going to read the books today?" Because he was into it. And then I'm also reading The Year of Miss Agnes. This is something that my youngest son and I were reading together. However, the other kids ended up listening in because it's really good. This book was a part of the complete homeschool curriculum. We are also reviewing that one, and I will have a review over on the blog sometime this month for you guys. I had never heard of this book previously, but my son and I and the rest of the kids, we're enjoying this one as well. So far, it's really good. Okay, so Markayla, why don't you go ahead and share with us what you're reading?
I read Pollyanna, but I read the unabridged version, not the classic starts, but that's currently back at the library, so we're going to use this book as an example. And we had to read that one for book club, and it was a really good book. And this is a book that my mother picked out for me, The River Between Us by Richard Peck. And this book was really good. I didn't expect to like it at first because the first couple of pages I really didn't understand what they were saying, but this was a really, really good book, and I highly recommend it. I had to read this in my 10th grade curriculum with my father's role, which is practicing his presence. I really didn't enjoy this book, but that's just me, and it's just because the guys that wrote this book, to me, they seemed like overly spiritual, like in like a bad way. Like they spent like 24 hours of their day every minute thinking about God, and then they like felt really bad if they spent like a few minutes without thinking about God. And so I just really didn't enjoy this book.
So they had no balance.
No,
so we
man,
try
like,
to teach balance around
they didn't
here.
even have wives, and they would always complain about being lonely, and then they would think about God and say that God was all they needed.
But clearly the Bible states a man that finds a what?
Wife.
Finds a what?
Good thing.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm still reading this book, by John Grisham, which is Theodore Boone, The Fugitive. I just started this book like a week ago, and I'd read all of the 4 previous books in this series, and I really enjoyed this. This is about a kid lawyer. Well, his parents are lawyers, and he wants to follow in their footsteps and so he handles like minor cases. But lately he's been on a really big case about a man who murdered his wife, supposedly. We don't know yet, so that's it. Trey's turn.
Okay, Trey, why don't you go ahead and share what you're reading?
I'm reading Moccasin Trail. It's about a boy. He's he was Native American. He still is, but he left his family to go live with the white men. And I finished reading Pollyanna. It's about a girl. Her parents died too, and so she went to live with her Aunt Polly. But everybody in the town was, they were kind of rude, and they weren't. None of the people in the town were people, besides a few of them. A people person, besides a few of them, but it's good. And then I finished the I Survived Battle of D-Day, which was about the events that happened at D-Day. And that's all.
Which one was your favorite?
I survived.
What about you, Kayla? Which one was your favorite?
My favorite actually was the River Between Us. It was a really good book. It was like a book of heroism. It was like kind of like a sappy book. It made you cry. It was really good. You guys gotta read this.
So it sends you on a roller coaster of emotions.
Yes. And I was like, no. Why did this? Every chapter I was learning something new, and I was like, oh my gosh, why didn't they tell me this before?
Okay, Naya, let's share what you read.
So I also read The Great Escape after we read it. I reread it because it was just so good, and so I had to reread this book, but it was really good. Then I also read Pippi Longstockings.
What did you think about that book?
I liked the book. At first, it was kind of boring, and then it was kind of boring, and then it got good, so it was good. The little girl, well, she wouldn't be considered bad. She just doesn't know how to act. She doesn't have any home training at all because she never stopped home training. So she tried to go to school, which didn't turn out, so...
It didn't turn out what, good or?
It didn't turn out good because she couldn't, since she was, I think she was 8.
Oh, she had never been to school before?
No.
So it was just that she didn't fit in with the class setting.
This one.
So she probably should have been what? Homeschooled?
She didn't have any parents.
She didn't have any. One of her parents died and then one of them went to this island.
The mom
And
died
then-
and the dad went to an island.
And then I read
Pippi
Henry.
Longstock?
Yes, sir.
Did she have like powers and stuff?
No, sir. She was just super strong and super fast.
Yeah, that's
That's
powers.
powers.
Just because you're strong doesn't mean you have powers.
You're
So a girl
strong.
have to be super strong and have
She was
super
There's a
fast.
lot of strong
That's
women.
powers.
Super strong.
This woman.
We're not talking about
strong.
Supergirl
And she
strong.
picked-
No, she picked up like so many people with one hand on the couch.
That's
She-
the
That's
movie. This the
superpowers.
book.
No,
The
she
book
picked
she
up a
did that
whole.
too.
She picked up a whole.
Why are you
horse.
rubbing my head?
See?
Sorry.
I know about Pippi
How?
Longstock.
Y'all?
Daddy, she doesn't have powers.
That's supernatural. That's
Mama's
powers.
super strong and she
Mama
runs
can't
fast.
pick up a
Mama
bunch of
can't
people
pick up
on the
me.
couch.
Don't
I
let
don't think Mama can
my
pick up.
size fool you. I
Yes,
can't.
it's a thing called adrenaline.
So,
And I read Henry Higgins
bye,
by
Beverly Cleary.
Beverly Cleary. We don't have it with us right now because
I don't know where it's at.
Yeah.
I honestly don't. But that was part of what, book club?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Alrighty. Which was your favorite out of the books that you read? Please stop. Says who I saw.
Pippi Longstockings.
Okay. Elijah, you want to share what you read?
Flat Stanley Worldwide Adventures, Book 5, The Amazing Mexican Secret.
Amazing. There we go. Did you like it?
Yes, ma'am.
What else?
I read The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn,
The classic start.
Classic Starts.
Okay.
And I also read Henry Huggins by Beverly Cleary.
Alrighty.
Or was it Cleary?
Thank you so much for watching, guys. Please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. See you in the next video.